So good evening, practitioners. I had a certain situation come up that warrants for me to make something special. I'm going to teach you how to make a jar ward for your home. This is going to be a little more advanced, and some of the items that are required might take a little extra to get them. So let's get started. Now, before you start, cleanse, prep, meditate, do all the things that you know you're supposed to do before you engage in things of this nature. Keep in mind, stones and herbs have multitudes of properties. Make sure that you as the practitioner pull forth the intention that you are going to utilize. Okay, with that said, let's get started. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is a jar. Again, make sure you've cleansed all of your items, everything you're going to use. The first thing that we're going to put in this jar, and I wrote everything down so that I don't miss a beat. I need to be organized like that. So the first thing that we're going to put in here is sea salt. I have a little scooper I like to use. It simplifies. We're going to put in 1, 2, 3. The reason we're using sea salt is because we're going to purify any negativity that comes at us. Let's continue. The second item we're going to put in the jar is black salt. 1, 2, 3. So remember, black salt is for removing negativity and holding negative forces at bay. Now keep in mind as we do this, I want you to make it your own. You don't have to do it exactly the way that I do it. Use this as your skeleton. Create your own magic. All right, let's continue. So the next thing we're going to use is bloodroot. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Now, the one thing I love about bloodroot is that, most of the things we're going to utilize have protective properties, but this one is also utilized to remove interference. The next thing we're going to use is a nice healthy pinch of mugwort. Mugwort is good for ridding of negative spirits, evil spirits. Let's keep going. So the next thing we're going to use is a good ward against evil. It adds strength to your spell work, and that would be some good old cayenne pepper. And I'm just going to take the whole thing and give a little smidge. Now I know it can be used for a lot of other fun things, but remember, we are going to dictate the intention we utilize from each item we place in this jar. This next herb we're going to use, it's great for protection, but I like to use it because it's great for creating boundaries, and that would be nettle. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. So the next thing we're gonna utilize, which is really kind of cool, and I'm sure you all know what this is, it's commonly referred to as brimstone. I know you know what this is. But the great thing about brimstone is not only is it protective, but it's really good to be utilized for its property of rectification. In other words, we're going to rectify or correct a problem that would be any type of negativity coming at us. So this is a great thing to add to your jar. And we are actually just going to do 1 heaping little spoon of this. Good stuff right here. The next herb we're going to put in is good old-fashioned cedar. That's the good stuff. It is good for cleansing, but in this circumstance, we're going to reinforce protection. Just a good healthy pinch of it. That's all you need. I love adding extra things that bring strength and endurance to a spell, a ward, or an enchantment. And one of the best things you can utilize for that, dragon's blood. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Let's keep going, you guys. This next herb, knotgrass. I'm a huge fan of this because one of its primary aspects is to bind and restrict negative action against you. We're gonna put a big, just a little extra. Love this one. So one thing I feel that's overlooked a lot in practice is rose thorns. And as you see here, I have 3 beautiful little spiky little stalks. Now, Rose thorns can be utilized to cause pain and discomfort, but that is not what we are going to utilize this for. The intention with this is to create challenges. We're going to create challenges against any negativity that comes our way. We're not going to make it easy. You're going to work for it. And we're going to place 3 of these into this jar. The last thing we're going to use in regards to herbs is a great magical amplifier, and that would be good old mandrake. And we're just going to do 1 little spoon of this right over the top. 3 pieces of black tourmaline for obviously protection, but also transmuting negative energy sent at us into a positive for us. Paired with a nice piece of selenite for dispelling negativity, cleansing, and protection. This I don't hear of many practitioners utilizing, and I'm a big fan. It's lodestone powder. It's good for protection, more specifically psychic protection, but one of its other cool little properties is relieving burdens. We're going to relieve ourselves of the burdens of any negativity that is thrown at us, and we're going to do 1 nice good heaping spoon right over the top of everything. Now these last 3 things might be a little more difficult to get a hold of, but you can find them. The first thing I'm going to throw in here is some crocodile teeth, and I'm going to put 2 of them in here. Crocodile teeth, and you can utilize alligator teeth. They're good for protection against deceit, protecting oneself, and detouring manipulation. The next thing we're going to put in is a lynx claw. The reason I chose to put a lynx claw in is because it's really good for dealing with suspicion. It's good for discovering secrets, uncovering truth, and it keeps your working vigilant. It keeps going. So we're going to put that in here too. Now the last thing we're going to put in this jar, and it's by far one of my personal favorites. What you see here is a real scorpion. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3 real scorpions. Scorpions are fantastic for sending dark magic and negativities back to the makers. Love it. Once you've got everything in here, you have put forth your intention for each individual item into your jar. You're going to close the lid. You're going to reinforce with your intention, and you're going to set it in a nice, safe, undisturbed place. You can coat it in wax, you can decorate it as you see fit, but this is a fantastic ward for your home, and it's going to pretty much cover all of your bases. I know this was a lengthy video, but this is a powerful one. This is a good one, and it will serve you well. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your evening, and be blessed in all that you do.